Welcome back, Fromily. If you thought the first few episodes of Season 4 were pushing the boundaries of what this town could throw at our survivors, you are not ready for what is coming. We need to talk about Season 4, Episode 5, titled What a Long, Strange Trip It's Been, which is dropping on May 17th, 2026. And let me tell you, that title is not just a Grateful Dead reference, it is a massive warning sign. Spoiler ahead, I'm warning you right now, if you are not ready, click away now. Thanks to some massive leaks and behind-the-scenes confirmation, we now know exactly what this episode entails, and it is going to fundamentally change the lore of the show. We are talking about severe food shortages, a desperate expedition into the unknown, new terrifying creatures, and a mind-bending sequence with Julie that will leave you completely speechless. Let us dive right into the absolute desperation gripping the town. As we have seen building up, the food shortage has gone from a concerning issue to a full-blown life-or-death crisis. The crops are rotting, the rations are basically non-existent, and the town is starving. This starvation is pushing everyone to their breaking point, and it sets up a massive clash in leadership. Donna, who has always been the pragmatic protector of Colony House, realizes that sitting around waiting to starve is not an option. She forms a plan to take a group deep into the woods to scavenge for anything edible. Now, obviously, Boyd absolutely hates this idea. Boyd is the sheriff. His primary directive is keeping people alive by keeping them within the established boundaries. Going deep into the woods, especially with the shifting nature of the trees and the unseen entities out there, is practically a suicide mission in his eyes. Boyd completely denies the request at first. He argues that they know absolutely nothing about the deeper parts of the woods, and that splitting up their forces makes them vulnerable to the monsters at night. But desperation is a powerful motivator. The town cannot survive on hope alone, and the hunger is starting to make people reckless. After a tense back and forth, Boyd finally relents. He knows Donna is right. If they don't find food, the monsters won't even need to kill them. The starvation will do it for them. So Boyd agrees to the journey. But the group that goes out is incredibly interesting. We have Donna leading the charge, alongside Tabitha, Ethan, Julie, and Ellis. This is a fascinating mix of characters. You have Donna's brute survival instincts, Tabitha's relentless drive for answers, young Ethan, whose connection to the town's underlying magic is undeniable, Julie, who is dealing with her own supernatural trauma, and Ellis stepping up as a protector. It is a heavy-hitting crew, and they are not just wandering aimlessly. Their destination is the hidden settlement that Jim and Kenny stumbled upon back in Season 3. Remember those 3 creepy log huts by the lake, guarded by those unsettling totems? That is exactly where they're headed, hoping to find the bounty of fresh crops that Jim mentioned before things went entirely sideways. But getting to the settlement is only half the battle. Once they arrive and hunker down in the cabins, things take a turn to the horrific. You thought the smiling monsters tapping on the glass were bad. Episode 5 is about to introduce a threat that is tied directly to the settlement itself, the Scarecrows. We've seen these creepy figures in the background, looking like they were made of human skin stitched together, guarding the crops. According to the leaks, these things are not just decorations. As night falls on the settlement, the group is attacked by these scarecrow entities. This completely shifts the dynamic of the monsters we know. The smiling creatures walk slowly and manipulate your mind, but these scarecrows are aggressive, territorial, and relentless. The group is forced to barricade themselves inside Jim's discovered cabins, fighting back and resisting a siege from creatures they do not understand. It turns the survival mission into a claustrophobic, intense action sequence. And if you're wondering just how crazy this action gets, we actually have confirmation from the cast. Julia Doyle, the actress who plays the deceptively innocent Sophia, who we now know is actually the human disguise for the terrifying entity known as the Man in Yellow, recently took to TikTok to tease this exact episode. She flat out said that episode 5 is going to have a massive amount of action and that it was her absolute favorite scene to film this entire season. When the actress playing the main antagonist of the season says this is her favorite episode, you know the stakes are going to be through the roof. But the Scarecrow siege isn't even the most lore-heavy part of What a Long Strange Trip It's Been. While the physical battle is happening at the settlement, a supernatural journey is happening parallel to it. During the chaos, or perhaps triggered by the proximity to the settlement's dark energy, Julie slips into another one of her dream states. We are talking full-blown dream-walking. Julie's ability to project her consciousness or slip into different times and planes within the town has been a massive mystery. But episode 5 takes it to a horrifying new level. While dreamwalking, Julie's consciousness wanders through the dark, twisted reality of the woods, and she stumbles upon a sight that will haunt her and us forever. She finds the man in yellow, not Sophia, but the true, raw, horrifying entity wearing that yellow jacket. And what is the entity doing? It is eating a human being. We have never explicitly seen the man in yellow engage in this level of primal, monstrous violence before. It has always been about manipulation, fear, and pulling the strings from the shadows. Seeing this entity consuming a person proves that it is not just a psychological tormentor, it is an apex predator within this dimension. And the revelations during this food hunt do not stop there. While navigating the physical woods during the day, the scavenging group makes a discovery that ties directly into the deepest mythology of the town. They discover a thick, ancient rope leading directly into a river. Now, the community is immediately going to assume that this river is the infamous Lake of Tears. The Lake of Tears has been mentioned in whispers and theories for seasons, a mythological landmark in the town's dark history. Finding a rope tethered into its depths implies something was pulled out of it, or worse, something is being kept chained down beneath the water. Could the rope be tied to the origins of the man in yellow? Is it a tether to whatever ancient evil cursed this land in the first place?
Do you remember what I told you last time we were here at the RV?
Lake of Tears?
That's right. And I need you to find it.
The fact that they find this while searching for food at the Scarecrow settlement implies that all these elements, the rotting crops, the scarecrows, the Lake of Tears, and the man in yellow, are deeply connected to the same ancient cycle of suffering. So what does this all mean for our survivors? What a long, strange trip it's been is clearly the turning point of Season 4. It forces the characters out of their defensive posture in the town and into the offensive, exploring the heart of the darkness in the woods. The Scarecrows represent a physical escalation of the town's defenses, actively attacking those who try to claim the hidden resources. Meanwhile, Julie's dream-walking vision of the man in yellow eating a human being shatters any illusion that this entity can be reasoned with or outsmarted. It is a consumer of life. May 17th can't come fast enough. This episode sounds like a masterpiece of horror and world-building, blending visceral action with deep, terrifying lore. We are going to get answers about the Season 3 settlement. We are going to see a completely new monster variant in action, and we are going to get a terrifying look at the true face of the man in yellow. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you think is at the end of that rope in the Lake of Tears? And how do you think the group is going to survive a night surrounded by living scarecrows? Drop your theories in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming From Season 4 breakdowns. And as always, stay safe, stay out of the woods, and don't let them in.